This is way down on the light spectrum here. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Give everybody a few minutes to get in because I'm a couple of minutes early. Not much. Oh, my goodness. Supper's in the oven.
Look, the time is here. It's 2026, and everybody talks about having a new year and a new life. But what do most people do? They create a few
It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey, everybody. Well, not everybody. There's only one person here. What's going on? Well, it is Sunday, and nobody really... Hey, Tanya. Hi, Linda. Nobody really expects me to go live on a Sunday, do they? Okay, let's pop out the chat. And, hey, Linda, small town shanty. Hello. Joe Mama, Frida, Sue Hagen, Lena K. Wow, everybody just piling in. So, you saw my movie review, eh? Because I tell you, hey, Lori Lazor. Hey, Kelly. Wow, Kelly, it must be 8 o'clock in the morning there for you? Roughly, thereabouts? So, I have to change the charge cord here because it's in my way of my Hey, Jan, how's it going? Hi, Seashell. Aloha, darling. So, yeah. Howie and I watched a movie last night, and I did my movie review, but here's the deal, right? The deal is, hey, crafty girl. I'll say hi to everybody in a little bit. When the story was published in 1982, I think Stephen King did it under a different name because I had a book of 4 stories. And one of them was The Running Man, and one of them was The Long Walk. And I remember thinking The Running Man. Now hear me, folks. The Running Man and The Long Walk are about roughly the same thing. What people will push themselves to do when they have nothing left to go, when they got nothing left to lose. You know what I mean? Rough day, few days, just lonely. Your videos help a lot. Well, hi, Wit Sally. We haven't seen you in a bit. Where you been? Yeah, Lena. Depression does suck. It really does. Is Spooky Stories the new Sassy Saturday? No. Why would you say that? I'm not sure I understand. No, it's its own channel. It'll take years to develop. Unless folks start sending me stories, video images that they caught on trail cams, all those things. People start sending me stuff like that, and it'll take off. But I have a few stories of my own I'm going to add, but not right now. No, it's not the new Sassy Saturday. We had Freaky Friday, Hannah. Sometimes it's Freaky Friday. Sometimes it's Sassy Saturday. Sometimes it's Shuffle Stomp Sunday. And sometimes it's a day in the week because that's sometimes all I have. You know, like a Whackin' Wednesday or a Throbbing Thumping Thursday or something. Yeah, we had Freaky Friday. We had Freaky Friday this week because our friend Ark Silent One yesterday was the anniversary of her son's death, and he was only 18, and it was a total shock. So yesterday we did it on Friday this weekend. I didn't mean yesterday. I meant Friday. was the anniversary, and we just wanted to lift her up, bring her some joy, help her through a rough night kind of thing, right? Quilting and craft videos. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. And then on live, watch the lives as well, right? Now, here's what I want to know. What do you want to do tomorrow? Do you want to be at the quilt frame live, or do you want to be at the table live? Now, before you answer, you may need, you may want to know that if I go live at the table, I'm probably just cutting fabric. The whole thing about this upcoming quilt is that I got to figure out how big the blocks are going to be, right? I got to figure out how big the blocks are going to be. And then I have to figure out how many it's going to take. My quilt frame only goes up to a queen size, right? So that's probably what the kids are going to get. But I have a feeling it's going to be like 10 blocks by 12 blocks. And the blocks will be 10 to 11 inches. We'll figure it out. But I have to make sure I have enough fabric cut ahead of time, because if you run low or run out halfway through, you may end up using different fabrics to finish it, and it looks unbalanced. Make sense? So I am doing all the cutting I can do. I just want it to be spring already. Hey, Michelle Jones. I'm making my house spotless and cooking food because daughter and grandkids are coming over tomorrow for the day. You don't have to make your house spotless. Just make it comfortable. Honey, they're not coming to see your house. They're coming to see you and possibly cookies you may bake. You know what I mean? Hey, Kelly T. Colder tomorrow, but I'm late, but I made it. There, you did. Yes, you did. No, I don't want spring already. Spring is going to be a lot of work for me. And hopefully sometime today or tomorrow, I'm going to organize, tomorrow, I'm going to organize what little space there is in my office. It's become a catch-all room. It's got my Christmas tree, our Christmas tree in it, and boxes of stuff, and an old filing cabinet, and that can probably just all the contents be burnt. But and once that's done, Howie's going to bring in the outdoor table, the plastic one, and I'm going to put it in there and start my plants. So we'll be starting them really, really soon. Do what benefits you. I enjoy visits no matter what. Well, I have been cutting fabric, ironing and cutting fabric whenever I get a few minutes. I got to tell you, folks, I've been having trouble getting into bed, but the last couple of nights, I had to take between the muscle relaxers and the Tylenol and Benadryl. I haven't been really able to sleep, but I've been just feeling like I'm walking underwater. Do you know what I mean? Physically. And because I've been sneezing and my nose has been stuffed every night when I go to bed. So it'll probably be at the quilt frame then, for the simple reason that needs to be done before I can actually, get the other quilt ready to go on the frame. Hi, Gina. Grandma Gina. Sherry Leach. Oh, my goodness. Okay, how many people are here? Well, it's slow. It's a Sunday. But we've only been here 5 minutes. So anyway, the first time, like the story, The Running Man, was published in 1982. Okay? I probably still have the book, although I'm not allowed to read those to you. You know what I mean? Because they're copyright and they're not on the public domain. So, let me just figure out where my thing is. And the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger came up 5 years later. So I can't imagine that Stephen King was really was any happier with the first movie than I was. It was garbage. It was absolute garbage. Not because it wasn't spectacular, but because it wasn't the actual story. Last night when we watched The Running Man, it was closer to, I don't even remember the original story. It's been that many years since I read it. But I'll tell you, last night's version of The Running Man, much, much better. If you have Paramount on Prime, watch The Running Man. It's a really good movie. And when you're watching it, okay, strip away all of the sensationalism, and it gives a pretty good depiction of what our society is coming to, where people are poor and can't afford to eat, can't afford medication and stuff like that. And if you work, because here in the movie, the network TV is all free. And there's only one network. It's Freevee. And the network is owned by the government. You feel where I'm going with this? The network owns the government. And so, and what happens is if you lose your job because you spoke up for somebody, you're fired for insubordination. And there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. And it's on your record because everything is not digitized. But can you imagine what our life will be like if they institute digital ID? And it's coming if we don't fight it. If it goes... Excuse me. Here starts the sneezes. So if you look at movies, now think about this. The story was written in 1982. The first movie in 1987. And this one in 2025. Well, it's released in 2025. And it's just another version of 1984. They try to institute digital ID in this country, in Canada. I will march until my knees disintegrate. That's how I feel. Because once digital ID is in place, you're enslaved. It's bad enough that the banks and the government and the taxes and all this stuff have a hold on us as it is. But do not. It's time, folks. It's time to start paying in cash where you can. And if a place says to you, we don't accept cash, then you say, then you just lost a customer. It's the same thing with the self-checkouts. People had to not use them for them to realize they're losing money hand over fist because people won't go to a store. A lot of people like me won't go to a store unless there is cashiers, physical living cashiers, right? All righty. Everybody say hi. I'm going to go behind the fan. Everybody say hello. Sorry, you didn't see that. And, ooh. Must have changed color while I was sleeping. Everybody say hi. I got supper in the oven. So anyway, The Long Walk, not to be confused with the movie The Long Walk Home about the civil rights movement. The Long Walk is about a contest where everybody starts walking and the last person left walking wins. Hey, Art, how's it going? The thing with the long walk is you don't just fall out of the walk. You're allowed three 5-minute breaks per 24 hours or 12 hours or something. But the problem with that is some people will sit for 5 minutes and then they call a warning and they get up and they walk, and then they'll sit for 5 minutes again and they'll get a warning, and then they'll go walk and they'll sit for 5 minutes and they get a warning. The problem with the third 5 minutes in your 12-hour or 24-hour peak in this story is if you even slow down after that, there's no more warnings. They just shoot you. They kill everybody who stops walking. And I'll tell you, it's like the person who wins the long walk wins everything. But what it does to you as a human being is never recoverable. All right, let's pop out. You can see that. Let's pop out the participants list and say hello to Arc Silent One. Hi, Cheryl. Barbara M. Butterfly and Rainbows. Where you been, honey? Seashell Aloha and Mahalo for always showing up, honey. Seashell Surf. Canna Hannah. Cat. Frida Cassidy. Grandma Gina. Where is Abuela? Happy Guy Jack. Irene Brady. There's a new name. Joe Mama. Kelly T. Cal Storm. Hi, how you been? Missy Royer. Hi, sweetheart. Rita has time. Hi, sweetheart. Sherry Leach, Sue Hagen, and Suze B. How's everybody doing? Now I'm going to put this on live chat. So, you got the laundry folded. Yay! There's my Boston Terrier, Linda Bob. Why do I call her a Boston Terrier? A, because she, like me, believes dogs are people too. And B, she is loving, always there, and fiercely protective. That's why she gets called the Boston now. Got a whole new boat, bigger engine. Life will be better in 26. Yay! Hey, Throwback Thursday. How's it going? Always lurking. Well, that's good. Butterfly Rainbows. I love that name. So has anybody seen my first story on What's Your Story? I'm really encouraging people to, submit a story. Submit a story. Write it how you want it to be presented, and I will do the best I can. And Monica's story was really well done. I didn't have to change anything. So that channel obviously will not start making money until I have 1,000 subscribers and until I start doing regular videos. Like Life with the Wolfies hasn't been getting a lot of videos lately, and our Half Acre Homestead's all live streams, right? Tomorrow is Monday. So Monday is patrons. I'll probably do a live stream at the quilt frame. And if I can squeeze it in there between my housework, I'll do a reading on Christy. We're about 2/3 the way through that book. Oh, hang on a second. Linda, can you put the What's Your Story channel link up? There it is. God, she's way ahead of me. Hey, Mama Dukes, how's it going? Our weather has been cold until today. We got a lot of snow, but today it seems to be more mild, which means there's a reason my bones are aching. All of my joints are aching. My shoulders, my knees, my back, my hands, my ankles, my neck. Because I love spring. Ain't nowhere near spring yet. I'm telling you, January 1st is not the new year. It should be April 1st is the new year. Think about it. Look it up. We used to have a 13-month calendar with 28 days on each month. And they changed it. It's perfectly aligned if you do 13 months, 28 days. But one of the popes in the Catholic Church changed it. And that's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, who makes these friggin' decisions? But the first month of the year is supposed to be April. Think about December being the last month of the year. Deca means 10, not 12. Are you a patron, Missy? The chat platform from Patreon's link. I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you a patron, Missy? Okay, you're a patron? Well, now what YouTube what Patreon platform are you missing? Are you not getting notified? Because anybody who's on my Facebook Messenger, if I know they're a patron, I send them a link right into Messenger, because sometimes Patreon doesn't do it fast enough. Oh, okay. Only way I accessed the video was on Patreon and was the only one in chat. Okay, Missy, here's what you got to know, baby. When you get the link for the Patreon live and you open it up in Patreon, you're watching a video in Patreon. You're not able to participate in chat. So what you do is when you open the video in Patreon, look for the YouTube. Look for the YouTube icon. Click on the YouTube icon, and it will bring you into the unlisted live stream where you can join in the chat. You got that? So tomorrow, when I go live on Patreon, okay, you open it up in Patreon, and when the video is running, look for the YouTube app and click on the YouTube icon, and it'll bring you into chat. Does that make sense? Okay. You got it? Awesome. So supper's in the oven, and I should have made it a video, but everybody's seen me make mac and cheese, broccoli, and bacon before. But I only used a half a bar of cheese. Because here's something else. You know that big wedge of Parmesan I got? It went moldy. I have never had Parmesan go moldy on me. Never. Because it gets hard and dries. I opened it up and went, ugh! Well, I had a little chunk I had cut off and put in a jar with a lid on it in the fridge, and I used that to put in my white sauce. But I went to look, and I was going, why does that look gray? And I opened it up, and it's all covered in blue mold. So Howie's going to have to cut it down, and I'm going to have to put it in a baggie in a jar. I have never had Parmesan cheese go moldy. You know what that means? It means there was way too much moisture in it. I know. Ugh. I hope we go back to the Julian calendar. Our circadian rhythms will be normalized. Hey, Renita, are we talking about the same one? Are we talking about the same calendar? Here, let me look. Oh, I forgot. I have a tablet now, and I use AI. I only use AI as a search engine because it's faster for you all. All right, let's get going on here. What's going on? What is this Julian calendar?
I am Gemini, your AI thought partner. I'm here to help you brainstorm, answer questions, or generate content. Would you like?
What is the Julian calendar?
The Julian calendar is a solar calendar system introduced by Julius Caesar in 46 BCE to replace the complicated Roman lunar calendar. Key features: structure. It consists of 365 days divided into 12 months. Leap years. A leap day is added every 4 years without exception. Accuracy. It assumes a year is exactly 365.25 days long. Drift. Because a solar year is actually about 11 minutes shorter, the calendar drifts by about 1 day every 128 years. Julian versus Gregorian. Most of the world now uses the Gregorian calendar, which was introduced in 1582 to correct the Julian drift. The main difference is that the Gregorian system skips leap years in century years unless they are divisible by 400. E.g., 1900 was not a leap year, but 2000 was. Currently, the Julian calendar is 13 days behind the Gregorian calendar. Some Eastern Orthodox churches still use it to calculate.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. Okay, hang on. What is the calendar that divides the months into 13, each equaling 28 days?
The International Fixed Calendar, also known as the Cotsworth Plan or Eastman Plan, is the most prominent system that divides the year into 13 months of 28 days each. Key details: structure. 13 times 28 equals 364 days. An extra year day, and a leap day every 4 years, is added at the end of the year but belongs to no month or week. Consistency. Every month starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. The 13th month, a new month called Sol, is inserted between June and July. History. Proposed by Moses B. Cotsworth in 1902, it was famously used by the Eastman Kodak Company from 1928 to 1989 to simplify business accounting. Would you?
Okay, so it makes more sense for us to have 13 months starting the new year on April and the final year, or the new month, the new year starting on April, and the final month being March. And they would add an extra month in there, somewhere in there, with a leap year. Sickness in the family. What's going on, Linda? Or Willows? Hey, Linda Randall. Oh, Linda Randall. Oh, yeah. Did you see that? Carney and his New World Order. Well, you know what I got to say about that. They should have tried 2020 to 2025. They should have done it 50 years from now. Do you know why? Because then people like us would be dead. Baby boomers and Gen Xers would be dead. Gen Xers and baby boomers are not going to let this crap happen. Not the awake ones, anyway. I don't want to talk about it. Carney is just nailing the, I don't want to talk about it. Hey, baby boy. My mother and stepfather are getting better. My aunt, they put in a rehabilitation facility. Whoa, what's going on, Willows? What happened? Yeah, we're not opening the political box. That's for Patreon, right? That's for Patreon. So, Cotsworth. What's Cotsworth mean? The flu. Oh, baby. Oh, that's awful. The flu sucks, doesn't it? Howie started sneezing a few days ago, and I've been sneezing. And as the day progresses, but it's just my nose. It's just a tickle in my nose, constant tickle in my nose. So I take Benadryl at bedtime so that I can at least try and get some sleep. Siding with anybody. Carney doesn't have the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to go there. Okay? I don't want to go there. I think Canada should join the BRIC. 28-day calendar. Thank you, Linda. Understood. Understood. So today, I've got, do you know that bacon that we got from Costco? I thought it was thick slice. It was the 2 packs. It was like $18, but they're real pounds. They're real pound in the package. And so I boiled some macaroni, and I greased a casserole dish with filtered bacon drippings. And then I made a white sauce of butter and flour and mustard. So, for instance, I used 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of butter, third of a cup of flour. And as I started to cook that, I gave it a of mustard, about a teaspoon. What mustard? You can use dry if you want. What mustard does? That's okay, Joe. Oh yeah, I've been eating oranges like crazy. Thank you, honey. It starts now, and it goes until about 1 in the morning. I'm probably going to take a couple of Benadryl after I get off here because I'm going to need it. So I was watching this video the other day of, 10 meals that are almost forgotten, that were people used to 10 meals that made your money stretch. And I'm laughing because I make them all. I make, you know what I mean? Mac and cheese was one of the biggest ones, right? Because back in the day, cheese was fairly cheap, especially government cheese. And you could make a half a pound of cheese go a really long way. So you make this was my mom's trick. You make the white sauce with flour and butter and salt and pepper and garlic and a mustard, right? Grease your casserole dish, put a little bit of the white sauce in the bottom, put in half your macaroni noodles, and then I chopped up some frozen broccoli and an onion, and I put that in, and then I put the rest of the noodles on top, and then I covered it in the rest of the white sauce. The white sauce. Oh, and I also put in a couple of tablespoons of finely grated Parmesan, the good Parmesan, in the white sauce. I cooked it right in the white sauce. And then I covered the noodles, and then I put little slices of cheese. I did about a third of a pound of old cheddar, because old cheddar or sharp cheddar is the best because it gives the best bite. And then I took the rest of the pack of bacon and I covered the whole top, and I put a lid on it and put it in the oven. Is what worth watching? Yeah, meatloaf. The only one I've never tried is cream chip beef on toast. Right? Hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes. I mean, we live on that shit today. Why? Because it's all we can afford. Well, it's not all we can afford. I've had people say, you know, you do this and you do that and you buy tablets and you do this and you do that. Well, A, that's for work. And B, I gotta save the receipt for that. I hope I saved the receipt for that. And B, one of the reasons I can afford a tablet every couple of years. This is my second tablet in about 10 years, seven or 10 years. And in this one, they don't even they're discontinued. So you try and get stuff for it. It was only $199. Why could I afford $199 on a tablet that was on a Black Friday sale? Because we eat macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, meatloaf, chicken and rice, a lot of friggin' soup, right? I don't bitch about money because I have ways of making it stretch, right? Never had it, Joe. You'll have to send me a recipe. Flour soup. Oh, yeah, potato soup. Potato soup. I laugh when they go, oh, potato soup. And when we went out for dinner at Howie's Christmas party, Howie ordered the potato soup. I ordered the French onion soup. You know why? Because I've never made French onion soup, but I've made potato soup. And do you know what it tasted like? It tasted like liquid instant potatoes with a little bit of cheese, grated cheese, and green onions sprinkled on top. And I told the waitress, I said, Howie, it's not going to be the same. And she goes, why? And I told her how I make potato soup. And she went, wow. And I went, yeah, right? I should make some potato soup for tomorrow. And and so when she brought it, she waited to see how he tasted it. And he said, it's good. And he looked at me and he winked at her. He said, but it's not my wife's. It's one of Howie's favorite meals. Hey, Howie! Well, he's down the basement. So 7 quarts of Italian sausage, bean, and vegetable soup yesterday. Wow. There you go, Joe. There. Send me a recipe because I've never heard of it. Like, I've heard you use jarred. I remember Noreen from Noreen's Kitchen sending me a jar of canned chipped beef. And to me, it looked like salami, right? But couldn't you use just regular roast beef? Like, why wouldn't you have roast beef and gravy? Like, why wouldn't you chip up your roast beef and have gravy over buttered toast? You don't always have to have potatoes, right? Hey, Chris. Hey, Bruno. Linda is so weird. They didn't give her the estimate at the end of the visit, like every dentist I've been to. What are we talking about? What's French toast for supper? I do watch videos, just really short ones, right? And it's usually as I go to bed about 8:30. And I phone my sister usually, or Mary Jane, and or Briar. That's my timer on my stove. I'll be right back. I got to go take the lid off it so that the bacon will crisp up more. Oh! It's damn feeling. Howie! Supper in 15! I bake it with a lid or tin foil on it at first for the first 40 minutes. And then I take the lid or the tin foil off to allow the bacon to crisp up. Where's Gracie? Gracie, you gonna come say hi? Doo-doo. I'll be right back. You coming to say hello? Come on. Come on, say hi. Yeah, she wasn't feeling too great on Friday. So here she comes. Hey, baby. Here. Come here and see Mom. Come here and see Mom. What's going on? How you feeling? Let's get the snot from your eye. Hey, the snotty's out of there. Come here, baby. Come here. She's being shy today. Come here, baby. I'm not scratching your bum until you come up here and let me rub your ears. Come on, let me rub your ears. All right, get up here. Get up there. All right, fine. She's being persnickety today. She's feeling kind of deserted because Howie's downstairs and I've been in here. So okra goulash with stewed tomatoes and other ingredients. I can remember that though. I've only had. Come here. Come here. All right, I'll scratch your bum. God. She wants the backs of her legs scratched. Oh. Oh, now come here and say Mom. Come here and say Mom. Don't you wiggle your bum at me. Come here. Don't you come here. Come here. She's being a doofus. Come here. Was that a burp? Should see the gray. Come here, Grace. Look at the gray coming on her head. Hey? Look at that muzzle. Who's mommy, baby? All right. I'm gonna come here. Come here. Yes, my floor has to be swept. This is Gracie. This is where she wants to be scratched. Is on the backs of her legs. And I can't do it while holding the camera. Oh, does that feel good, baby? Oh. Hang on a second now. So supper's in 15 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll make potato soup for tomorrow. She's becoming silver and distinguished. Yeah, well, she's going to be 11 next month. We got her on the 11th of April, and they told us she was 8 weeks. I think she was closer to 6. But it's hard to tell because she's a small boxer. So, excuse me. I'm going to make her a little cake. I'll make her a cake in a cup in the microwave with some pumpkin, a little bit of peanut butter, and some flour. And I'll think of some other good things to put in it. Okay, what are we talking about? Deep frying or adding lemon juice cuts the slime. Yeah, because the only kind of okra I've ever had is deep fried. So if you use okra in goulash, do you add lemon juice and stir it up first before you put it in? I'm silver and distinguished. Well, silver, but not so distinguished. I fry my okra after I bread it with flour and cornmeal until it's crunchy. Well, okra is not something we grow around here. I'm getting streaks I would have paid for in my goth phase. Me too. Me too. I remember the last time my brother and his wife came to visit, a couple of years back, and or last year. I don't know. Has no meaning to me these days, except when I sleep. Um, and my hair was down, and I was putting it up, and she saw the streaks of silver, and she said, "Wow, is your hair ever beautiful?" And I just looked at her. And she said, people pay big bucks in LA to have silver streaks like that. And I went, really? I said, all I did was stop dyeing my hair, and then God did the rest. I have embraced the crone stage of my life. That's where I am. I'm no longer a maiden. I am a mother, but my children are grown. So I'm in the crone stage of my life, and I like it. I like it. So, pinto beans, okra, fried potatoes, and cornbread. See, I got cornmeal, and I'm gonna make some cornbread just for me because I like cornbread. Do you ever eat okra with stewed tomatoes? My dad loved it. See, I like celery and onions with stewed tomatoes. Missy, yep, I'm a crone too, and embracing every minute. I'm white on top, but put up, it's brown under, because that's the ends of my hair. There's still brown in them some, but not much. I have to get my hair all cut off short, because I can't wear it up anymore. My hair's falling out, like really falling out. And as many times as I wanted to try Miss What's-Her-Face's passion fruit hair grow vitamins or rosemary shampoo, well, then I remember the bras, which I'm going to send to my sister. I hope they fit her. But so, listen, folks, I want to encourage you to go over to What's Your Story and at least subscribe, okay, and click the bell, because the sooner I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start earning my nickel and dime from them, which would probably be like $100 every 3 months or something if I can get it that high. Too much breaking from surgeries. Really? I don't know what's going on with mine. I mean, yeah, I lost a lot of hair when I had gastric bypass surgery. But I think I'm going to talk to my doctor or the pharmacist about B12 shots, because I think I need some B12. And this Friday is payday, and we're taking Howie's got the day off because he has to go to the doctor, right? So I'm going to go, while he goes to the doctor, I'm going to go into Gatineau and pick up Briar. And then we'll come back, and Howie will be probably done his appointment, and we'll all head out and do shopping together. Well, thank you, Michelle. You had gastric bypass in March? Well, just remember, Missy, okay, that you have to eat the highest, densest, nutrient-rich food there is. You know, high protein, high vegetable, high fruit, low quantity. But develop acids, so bypass revision. Be careful, Missy. Are you eating okay? Are you okay? So you're okay, because you got to remember Sherry from Two Family Homestead. She had the sleeve, and she got the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass revision surgery, and she was dead a year later because she couldn't eat. She couldn't hold down food. Year and a half later. So be really careful. Make sure that you are always sipping water. Unlike the sleeve, there is nowhere for the water to go when your stomach's this big. So you have to constantly sip, because if you get dehydrated, you'll end up in the hospital because you cannot chug anything. Okay? Also, all vitamins. Yeah, I don't take vitamins. That's probably my problem with my hair. So I'm going to start doing some research, and I'm getting some vitamins this week, this Friday. I'm going to try and save my hair because I like my hair long. It was down to my bum, but it was so thin. My bun was only this big. Depends on the fruit, right? Things like grapes and stuff, watermelon. They're high in sugar and stuff like that, but they're still really good for you. When I go to bed at night, I get a bowl of popcorn and I cut up oranges. Right now, I'm eating oranges and grapes. In the spring, it'll be grapes, and then it'll be watermelon and grapes all summer long. No, I don't wear rubber bands. I wear the cloth covered ones. It still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter. Look, I don't know where my braids are. They're around somewhere. I cut my braids off once. Not the last time I cut my hair, but I cut my braids off once, and they were like that thick. And now if I did a braid, it would be that thick. One braid, not two thick ones. You know what I mean? Scrunchies don't stay in because my hair is now too thin to actually do anything. Yeah, I have regular hair ties. I don't use rubber bands. I haven't used rubber bands in years. Anyway, folks, supper is about to be ready, and I want to go and watch TV with my love and enjoy the rest of the day until I go to bed in about 4.5 hours. Quarter size ponytail to a dime size, sadly. Yeah. Eat a little at a time, no fruit, because it's a solid food for at least a month. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And at some point, I hope to see you all tomorrow, either probably at the quilt frame. All right. Mwah. Take care. God bless. Start your week with a smile and a gratitude list. Because every time we're counting our blessings and counting the things that we have to be grateful for, there is no room for sadness or negativity. Count your blessings every day, especially tonight. Why? Because it's Sunday and we're starting a new week. I love you guys.